What's up, Broncos Country? Welcome back to Broncos Country Report. Broncos fans, the preseason is almost over, and the Denver Broncos are getting ready for their final preseason game And there is plenty to talk about after the latest ESPN discussion surrounding this Broncos team. The big question is simple. Will the Broncos take a step back this season? ESPN is already debating whether last season was Denver's peak, and today we're going to react to exactly what they had to say. We're also talking about Bo Nix, his return to the field after his ankle injury, and what his performance means heading into the regular season. Because now, the pressure is starting to build. The final preseason game is here. The roster is taking shape, and every opportunity matters before the games finally count. So, Broncos Country, before we break down this ESPN reaction, smash that like button. If you're a Broncos fan and you're ready for the 2026 season, make sure you subscribe to Broncos Country Report. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with another Broncos fan. And let's get Broncos Country Report in front of as many Denver fans as possible. The final preseason game is almost here, and there is a lot on the line. So let's react to what ESPN had to say about your Denver Broncos. Let's go Broncos.
Tonight, making his first game appearance since that season-ending ankle injury in the AFC Championship, Nix picked right up where he left off, right? Finishing 6 for 9 for 76 yards and a touchdown. Here's Nix on his return and playing with Jaylen Waddle for the first time.
Felt great. Just like any typical year, going out for the first drive, it's there's going to be some different things that you can grow from, but I felt like for the first drive of the season, it was solid. You can't really explain the type of player he is. You just got to get out there and play, and when you throw him the ball, you just understand that it's a little bit different, and he's just a really great football player.
The different things that you can grow from. I think that immediately we saw in man coverage, Bo Nix have comfort with Jaylen Waddle in that. And then the things that he can grow from personally are going to be about him in zone. Okay, so let's talk about man coverage. This is the throw to Waddle. How do we know it's man? Well, we really have a one-on-one down here. This bunch, you can see the 3 defenders for Green Bay right there, and there's 1 safety in the middle field. There's a lot that tells the quarterback we're going to be in man coverage here. I want everyone at home to just really pay attention to Bo Nix. I often say quarterbacks' feet will tell you how confident they are and the things that they're looking at. Bo Nix is going to catch this snap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right there, this is outstanding. He knows exactly what he's looking at, and he has confidence in what he's trying to see. This receiver's running this crosser. When he does that, that safety goes over the top. That means Waddle switch release and has this seam. That's a beautiful design play, and then Bo Nix delivers an absolute strike. So man coverage is something he thrived at last year. The addition of Waddle will only help that, but it was all about his feet. Now, this is going to be against zone. Now, here's the thing. This is a very similar look for a quarterback. I have somewhat of a stack there. I see 3 defenders here, so I'm like, okay, is it going to be man? Bottom of the screen, I once again almost have like a one-on-one. So Bo Nix might be thinking he has man-to-man coverage here. The thing is that Green Bay in many ways lies, and it's a zone defense. It's that cover 2 defense that we know, where this corner's playing zone with vision to the quarterback. That safety is deep half. Now, the concept is perfect for this. You have a short little route by Waddle, and Sutton is going to run a deep corner. Don't pay attention to Bo Nix right now. I just want you to see, is Sutton open? Because that corner tells you what to do with the ball. If that corner goes deep, we throw short. If that corner goes short, which he does, that ball should go to Sutton. That's absolutely wide open in the NFL. Now, let's bring it back a little bit. I told you the first clip we wanted to pay attention to Bo Nix's feet. Let's watch his feet again. It's a very different experience. The first clip, man coverage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ready to throw. Now he's hop all over, and that's why his eyes get off that read. The back angle is very telling. And so I think that's one of the things that we have to pay attention to with Bo Nix is watch his feet this year. There's no settle, there's no conviction, there's no back foot in the ground. Runs around, makes 3 yards of a completion, but in zone coverage, Bo Nix has to take that big leap. Very good against man, but in zone coverage, if he really takes that big step forward, I think that's when this Broncos offense gets even more dangerous than it was last year.
All right, so something to watch for sure. I love it, Dan. Mina, from the small sample size that you saw, how much of an impact can Jaylen Waddle have on this offense?
I mean, you saw in that single play exactly why they brought Jaylen Waddle in, which is to create explosives over the middle of the field. Bo Nix threw between the numbers at the 5th lowest rate in football last year. Excellent outside, by the way. You think about some of those fades and outs, but between the numbers, he needs to get better, and Waddle is your fastest way to doing that. I mean, even on that throw, it was a little bit behind. He had to slow up, but you saw what makes Waddle so special. That ability to make the catch, stop, stay on his feet, and then accelerate is what makes him such a unique athlete. It's that combination of balance and acceleration that you saw in Miami, and he put up incredible numbers between the numbers in Miami. But what you see is it wasn't just because of the Dolphins' offense. It's because of his unique skill set. I think he's going to be a home run signing for Denver and will help Bo Nix's development, including in the ways that Dan articulated there.
Yeah, I love it for Waddle. By the way, Nix threw 15 touchdowns against man coverage, to your point, last season. But
Bill Barnwell released his top 5 list of NFL teams most likely to decline this season. And the Patriots make this list along with the Broncos, Bears, Jaguars, and Panthers. Bill predicts 5 of the 8 division winners from last year will take a step back, including the 2 teams that played for the AFC Championship last year, the Patriots and the Broncos. That's a big take, Doggy. What do you think?
I think the Broncos. Go look at that schedule. I know, I'm big on schedules.
We know. We know.
Here we go. You know that. I was breaking
Give this man the schedule.
Lewis's flight to Tuscaloosa.
There it is. There's your schedule.
Look at the beginning of this.
Doggy.
At Kansas City, it's a Monday night game that we have. Jaguars, all right, early in the year. Then the Rams, at the 49ers, at the Chargers, the Seahawks. I mean, oh my God, those first 6 games are brutal. Now listen, they get the Jets. I understand that. They get Miami, but then later on, they also get, they get Buffalo, and then look at the finish to the season: Bills at Patriots, Chargers. That is very, very difficult. They play the NFC West, so that means they get Rams, Seahawks in San Francisco. They play the Bills. They play the Patriots, and that division, even the Raiders, are going to be a little better. I think they're going to come down from 14 simply because of that.
So I think heading into the AFC Championship, the Broncos ranked 3rd in scoring defense, and yet people are still down on them, particularly, I don't know if it's because of Bo Nix. I'm curious, what do you think, Kevin?
It's a Bo Nix narrative, and I don't think it's necessarily fair. First of all, Bo Nix is a very dependable quarterback, and here's the stat. They had a 10-game winning streak last year in which Bo Nix had a quarterback rating in those games of 87. That is the worst mark by a quarterback in the midst of a 10-game winning streak since Kerry Collins in 2008 with the Titans. So what that means to me, even though I think Bo Nix is maybe better than the national narrative, what that means to me is they can do it whether or not Bo Nix is playing well or not. They have the Jaylen Waddle is going to be a plus addition. They've got the best offensive line in football. They've got one of the best defenses in football. This entire thing is built around not having to have an elite quarterback and Bo Nix not being an elite quarterback. That part is fine. I think that when you mentioned their schedule, those teams have to play the Broncos. Those teams are worried about the Broncos, okay? The Chiefs are worried about the Broncos in week 1. So I don't look at the schedule as a huge hindrance. I don't think they're going to win 14 games again, but they're definitely going to compete for a Super Bowl.
Look, I think this is a better football team than they were a year ago.
Yeah.
They're a better football team. I don't believe in regression for the sake of regression simply because the law of averages catches up to a football team. I hate that argument. I don't like that argument. The NFL is a personnel-driven league. It is about players. It's about talent. And it's about coaches who can take that talent and have it play 11-on-11 football. Look, when you're talking about Bo Nix, would you like for him statistically to be up there with the Josh Allens and Jordan Loves? Well, of course, because that's easy then, right? Then you can say, well, of course the Broncos are going to be there in the very end. But see, as soon as quarterback play starts to become middle of the pack, people don't want to kind of look at the other positions on this roster. And you tell me where the glaring weaknesses are for the Denver Broncos. You tell me where they haven't improved. If there's anything right now, look, if there's something you want to point to, let's point to this. How is Davis Webb going to really, adjust to being the primary play caller? And what is Sean Payton's influence going to be on Davis Webb now being the primary play caller? Are they going to commit to the running game, which is something that Sean says he wants to do a little bit more? And if they do, look, I'll tell you what, the combination of R.J. Harvey and Jonah Coleman, look out now. That'll be as good as any in the NFL. That is a great 1-2 punch right there. Wide receivers, offensive line, you already talked about, one of the best in the NFL. Defense is going to hold it down. They're going to do what they need to do. They will be as good as they were a year ago. I just don't see it. And when we talk about teams like the Patriots, naturally people think that they're going to regress as well because they took advantage of an easy schedule last year. They got the Broncos, ironically, without Bo Nix, and then that's how they got to the Super Bowl. The Patriots are a much better football team in 2026 than they were in 2025. They are much better. The offensive line is stronger. The wide receiver core is better. The number one question that they have is on the defensive side of the football, can they rush the passer on the perimeter? Have they upgraded that? Is Gabe Akis going to be that guy, the draft pick from Illinois? Is Draymond Jones going to come through? They've got the defensive tackles. They got the linebackers. They got a hell of a secondary. They're a better football team.
Kevin, are they a better football team? What's your follow-up?
They are, and I think that's the signal. The Jaylen Waddle trade to me, Lewis, was Sean Payton saying, the AFC is wide open because we don't know about the Chiefs right now. The Chargers are still the Chargers, right? We have to figure that out. The Bills and the Ravens are in flux with new coaching staffs. There's so many questions. The Bengals still have to prove it on the field. There's so many questions that going all in on a deep threat like that with Jaylen Waddle, this is the year to go all in. You mentioned the fact that Sean Payton, for the first time in his career, is not the primary play caller. That's intriguing to me, but he's in the building. He'll still be putting together these game plans. I'm not worried about very much in Denver.
Yeah, Super Bowl hangover for New England. And you lose that Super Bowl, Chiefs, San Francisco, Eagles. Sometimes that next year it's a little flat.
Nope. Put my foot down. I'm putting my host foot down. Because we got to go to break.
All right, Broncos Country, that's going to do it for today's ESPN reaction. There was definitely a lot to discuss, especially with ESPN questioning whether the Broncos can take another step forward this season. But now we have one final preseason game to go. The *** Denver Broncos are taking on the Minnesota Vikings, ***. And this is the last opportunity for players to make an impression before the regular season begins. And as a Broncos supporter, I want to see Denver finish the preseason strong. I want to see ***, Bo Nix, ***, continue building confidence and getting comfortable after returning from his ankle injury. I want to see this offense make plays. I want to see the defense continue showing that last season was not a fluke. And most importantly, I want to see the Broncos prove that they are ready to take another step forward. So here's my prediction. ***, I'm picking the Denver Broncos to beat the Minnesota Vikings in the final preseason game. ***, I'm expecting Denver to come out with energy, make enough plays on both sides of the football, and finish the preseason with a victory. My prediction is a ***, Broncos win, ***. And Broncos Country, I want to hear your prediction. ***, do the Broncos beat the Vikings? ***, what do you think the final score will be? And what are you watching most closely in this final preseason game? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you enjoyed this ESPN reaction, ***, smash that like button. ***, if you're new here, ***, subscribe to Broncos Country Report. ***, we're trying to reach ***, 2,000 subscribers. ***, and every single subscription helps us get closer to that goal. Share this video with another Broncos fan, send it to your friends, and help us grow this community together. The preseason is almost over. The Vikings are next. And then, Broncos Country, it's time for the games that actually count. I'm your host. This is ***, Broncos Country Report, ***, and I'll see you in the next one. ***, let's go Denver.